everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be one that I've seen all over YouTube. I do not know who started this trend, so I'm super sorry that that's not in this video. If you know who it was, then do let me know and I can put it in the description or something, but I genuinely have no clue. But it's a show me a photo of video. So I have, oh my god, I have a ridiculous amount of photos in my camera roll, most of which are, to be honest, screenshots. But I have 55,000 photos in my camera roll, dating back to, I think, 2017. The photos from before that are on a portable hard drive, so I can't go right the way back. But basically, I'm going to try and do what I can to show you some of the photos that you guys have been asking for. So as per usual, I asked on my Instagram what photos you would like to see. If you don't follow me on Instagram, by the way, it will be on the screen at some point during this video for you to follow me, because you're missing out. Scroll right down to the bottom, shall we, and work our way up. Okay, let's just go straight in. The first one is you at your worst drunk. I personally think that I can't decide between, I mean, there's been a lot of times, I can't lie, where I've been completely blackout, especially at university in my first year, which I'm not advocating, by the way, that's just kind of how it was. I think the drunkest I've ever been was Burns night 2019, so January 2019. Basically, we had a formal, and normally formals, I mean, I usually get quite drunk at formals as it is anyway, but this formal in particular, they also served whiskey shots, and nobody else wanted their whiskey shots, so I was like, oh, don't worry, I'll have them, so they don't go to waste. And I remember seeing the dessert, and I remember being like, oh, this dessert is not really my sort of thing, and that's where it ended. I do not remember past that at all. So I'll try and find the photo of me that I'm just a bit okay, I'll show you a before and after, because I feel like that is the best way to this was me before. Oh my god, I can't even look at me, because I know that I was just not coping well at that time. And then this is the photo where I'm just where is this? Who is this? I remember really vividly being in plush, because it was really low ceilings, and I remember this, honestly, is so plush is so disgusting. The sweat literally drips off the ceiling, it's not cute. And there's just this random photo, there's two photos of me from the whole night. Next day I woke up and I had an absolutely massive scratch on my back. I woke up and I got in the shower and I was like, oh my god, what was that? And I thought, oh, maybe I've just scratched myself a little bit. But anyway, I had an essay due, so I went straight to the library, and I was like, David, because David always used to sit opposite me on the table in the library, and I was like, David, I got in the shower, and it really hurt. Can you just check my back? Anyway, so I lifted I was still in my pyjamas at this point. Honestly, basically, this time of my life, I was just not looking after myself at all, just to clarify. And he was like, oh my god. And he got everybody else, and they were like, Eve, that's actually really bad. And he was like, last night when you were coming back, you were so drunk that you fell on the kebab van, because we obviously always used to get a kebab on the way home, or chips, which is why I literally had gained so much weight around my face. And I'd fallen, and I had said to David, oh man, that really hurt, but he thought because I was drunk I was just being over dramatic. And then I looked at my top, and it was literally covered in blood, and it was a real gash, and I still have a scar on my back, because I'd fallen on the corner of the kebab shop, and scraped, the corner had scraped all down my back. Anyway, basically, life lessons from that are, don't drink that much. No, actually, I mean, drink what you like, to be honest, but just look after yourself a bit more than I did in my first year of uni, because I would give anything to go back and redo it now, especially now because of the pandemic. I don't know how much time at uni I actually will have left. Emotional. A lot of people said you at your happiest, and I'm trying to think of a time where I was just completely euphoric, you know? It's really easy to think of you at your worst, but I think because when you're at your happiest, it's kind of I don't know, it's harder to think of times when you're the exact moments when you're at your happiest. Right, so we can scroll past the entirety of the first year of university, because it just won't be in that. I wasn't unhappy the whole time, but I wasn't looking after myself, and I really hate looking back at photos of me from that time. Ultimately, I think actually the first term of second year was a real good time for me. It was just so much fun, and I remember, I don't know if this is the happiest moment of my life ever, probably not, but I think this is one that sticks out to me, is the day we had our scholars dinner. So if you get a first in your prelims, or you just get a first at any point, you get to go to like a fancy dinner, and I suppose like I'd always kind of dreamed of that. And obviously I was really unhappy in my first year of uni, but I did get really good grades. I'm not proud of the grades in the sense of like I would never work myself to exhaustion the way that I did in my first year to get those grades again, but I remember by November of 2019 things really were looking up for me. Like I felt so much better in myself. I literally loved like LMH, like I had the nicest room. I'd made some really good friends in the year below as well. Like genuinely I was just like thriving. So I think that would probably be one of my favourite moments, but the whole of that term was honestly great. And it makes me so sad because I feel like if second year had been able to go completely to fruition, it would have been amazing. But I'll put a few photos on from like that term in general, because I think that that term for me is only happy memories. And it makes me really sad to look back because I'm like, oh my god, look how much fun I was having. This is actually making me so sad looking back at all these photos, because I just really hope my fourth year like is not completely ruined by COVID, because genuinely I had such a good time. And I know that a lot of my friends in these photos also won't be at uni with me anymore. Like that was our last year together, obviously because I'm doing a year abroad. So the whole thing just kind of makes me really sad, but I'm really hoping that by October the COVID situation will have cleared up enough that I can go, at least go to like bars and restaurants and like generally live some semblance of my best life, because I miss uni so much and I just really, I don't know, like I just want my fourth year to be good, you know. The next one is most embarrassing drunk video, and I don't know if this is the most embarrassing, to be honest. I really don't know what I would count as my most embarrassing drunk video, because there's a lot, but the video that always makes me absolutely crazy, like it's so, I don't know why it makes me laugh so much, was from Summer in the City 2019. And we'd all got a little bit drunk, and sort of like where the XL is, there's like a bridge that goes over, and that's kind of where everyone gathers to have like a party or whatever. And there's sort of like the boardwalk by the bridge. Anyway, I was absolutely like, we really did sort of, there was like a house party and we were relatively beveraged. Anyway, there's this video of me and Lydia and I'm walking backwards and I didn't realise there was a lamppost behind me, and oh my god, let me just show you the video. Because honestly it still just makes me crazy to this day. I'm gonna have a look on my Finsta because I feel like that is probably the best place for me to find an embarrassing video. Oh, actually, I can think of one that is really quite embarrassing. I was in Peru with Amy, Hannah and Dan, and I got like absolutely, there were these cocktails called like the blackout cocktails, and I think I had like 3. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Again, 2019 Eve did not look after herself or her liver, can I just say. I would not recommend. But it was our last night in Cusco. I want to say it was our last night in Cusco. Yeah, oh my god, it was, because you can tell by how drunk I was that I was literally just taking like random photos of lights. But I was absolutely sloshed, so I'll put some of those videos in here as well.
I am in fact correct.
When your tutor tries to challenge your point that you spent 3 hours on.
I am in fact correct.
Got to be honest.
There's too many words for trees in Spanish.
Right, yeah, see the problem is in English it's like oak tree, sycamore tree. In Spanish
It's just árbol popular. What is that?
There were more, but Machado knows them and I do not.
Encina.
Stop! I could have drawn my croissant. Because they're a sight to behold. Like, I am 100% sure I have like more embarrassing videos of me in the sense of like I can't stand up, but I can't find any at the moment, and I feel like they're just really hidden in my camera roll, and I'm not even sure I would want to show them to you. Oh, I like this one. Show a photo of a year ago today. I think this could cause me a lot of pain, but we're gonna do it anyway because why not? Oh, I was out drinking. Who is surprised? Not me. What was this? Oh my god, it was Cherwell Crew Day. It was the last day of the term, like, and so all of the newspaper editors from Cherwell, we went and like had a crew day. If you don't know what a crew day is, then look it up. It's like a weird Oxford thing. I think I've explained it in loads of my other videos. But here is a photo of me and Molly, who I have literally not seen. Oh my god, I've literally not seen her in so long. It's so sad. Oh, I also have lots of videos of some rather questionable stuff going on at the crew day, but I think that those are probably best kept on my camera roll, to be brutally honest. This is a wholesome one. Your first day at LMH. Oh my god, I literally have so many photos from that day. I was so full of life and excited. My family came to drop me off actually, and I think we've got a quite a cute photo of me and my family. That was 2018. Oh my god, that was 3 years ago now. Time. This is actually just making me have a bit of an existential crisis, to be honest, like as a video. Oh, the next one is a little bit deep. You after being mugged off / heartbroken. I don't think I've ever been heartbroken. Like, I am too emotionless for that, but I'm sure I probably have some photos after being mugged off. I just need to scroll back to the right time. Second, we need to go to like April, May 2019, because that's where it all just went a little bit pear-shaped. This is really tricky. I literally, does anyone have that section of their camera roll that they really just try and avoid scrolling through? Like, this is exactly this section. Days, like I can just trace, like by looking through these photos, like, and there's so many screenshots of conversations as well. Oh my god, I literally just don't even want to read those. I feel like I need to delete those. I'm never delete photos. I'm not the sort of person that deletes photos because I just don't think about it. Oh my god, so many screenshots. So many screenshots. Deteriorating, deteriorating, deteriorating. I look back at how I looked then as well, and you could just tell that I was so not my best self. Like, there was just so many things that were wrong, and you can tell just in the way that I look, like physically, like it's just really taken a toll on me in literally every single way. Like, I look back at her and I just want to give her a massive hug and be like, girl, he's not worth it, you know? What amazes is that when I got mugged off, like, I just think I kind of wanted to push through it at the time. I was like, I'm fine, like, I don't really want to talk about it. And so all of the photos from around that time are not me, like, sat in my room crying by myself. They're all me, like, overworking myself and, like, doing other things, if that makes sense, which was not healthy. And I kind of wish that I'd processed those more, but I suppose the problem with Oxford is that you're just so busy all the time. Like, I just wanted to get on with my life, you know, because I'm not gonna lie, like, I was not really willing to admit that I'd been played for an absolute idiot, because you know me, like, I'm the sort of person that thinks a lot about things and just generally does not like that side, like, does not open that side of myself up to people. I'll put a few on the screen actually. I think you can just kind of tell from like how I look, like, that I was just really not thriving, to say the least. I think as the week went on, I just tried to mask it. It all just kind of came like 3 weeks later, so I think that's I really just don't have any photos. I thought I would have loads of me like crying, but like maybe I just don't. Yeah, so most of the screenshots, most of the photos from the time around when it happened are just me screenshotting like the argument, or like screenshotting past conversations, trying to figure out what went wrong, if that makes sense. The next one is you at your most confident. Oh my god, I don't know when I felt at my most confident, to be honest. Because, you know, like, after about 2 weeks, like, any photo just doesn't look as good as it used to, if that makes sense. I mean, recently, like, ever since I've dyed my hair, I've quite liked my hair as it kind of looks now. So I would say, like, I wouldn't say I'm my most confident in my body at the moment, but I don't want to go into that because I suppose that's just, like, a change in, like, you know, that's a personal thing. But I would say on my 21st I thought my hair looked nice and stuff, but I'm not really the most confident person when it comes to how I look, because obviously, like, you have like Instagram influencers everywhere who just look perfect all the time, and I just don't look like them. So the next one is a photo of you at your worst, and I would not say this is my worst as in, like, yeah, do you know what, actually, yeah, I would say around this time I was just not thriving. Okay, so I went to Big Beauty Day, no, was it before that? Right, it was around April. April was not a good time for me, personally, and I had the flu in October of freshers, and I just never went to the doctors about it. Turns out that I actually had an underlying chest infection, which I had for 4.5 months, which is why I'd been struggling so much with energy in that second term of my first year, which is why I'd gained so much weight, because I was just trying to eat for energy, and like that is literally just not a vibe. Oh, this whole like bit of my timeline is just really hard for me to scroll through. But I'll show you some of the photos of me. Like, I was grey, like I was literally grey. The steroids that they had put me on to try and flush this out of my system had completely, like ruined me, and I was mentally just not doing well. Like things personally were, you know, when you know that something bad is going to happen and that things are going to go a bit pear-shaped, like I was at that point. And I had to go to the hospital a couple of times to get my chest x-rayed and things, like, and also was just in and out of like a mentally really dark place. So I would say that these two are probably, and I also had to cancel my work experience with ITV because I just kept having panic attacks, and it just wasn't a good time. But at the time, all you would have really seen was me going to V's party, me going to Harry Potter Studios with Liv. Like, you could see behind my eyes though, I think, that I was just not having a great time, because it was when I got back from Harry Potter Studios with Liv that the panic attacks really started for me. I mean, I'd had a few before that, but like that was when they really started. So a photo of the dog, absolutely, you can have a photo of the dog. I have so many photos of the dog. Don't I, Jess? You're the best. Jess is the light of my life, and like she's literally my favourite. She's just my favourite, full stop actually. Like she's just my favourite being on this planet, and she knows that because she's spoilt. She's looking up at me now like, what were you saying? I have so many nice photos of her, to be honest, but I really like this recent one of her just standing, you know, admiring the view. She's getting old now and she's gone a bit grey, and she's very loud. She breathes very loudly, as you can probably hear. So, but I love her so much. Your last day of normality before COVID restrictions. Oh my god, let's have a look back actually. I swear, it was such a confusing time because they were like, wash your hands, sing happy birthday. But they also were like, carry on with your life as normal. And so we'd booked a trip to Centre Parks like for the week after term finished. And the week that term finished, things were starting to get cancelled. Like people were saying like, oh, let's like cancel this, let's cancel that. And then we were like, we messaged Centre Parks and we were like, can we get a refund if we don't come? And they were like, no, because it's safe for you to come. And so we went. To be honest, looking back, like it was relatively fine because we'd all been living together at uni, and then we just went directly there and stayed in a cabin. But it's just crazy to think now, because like we just wouldn't be able to do that now. But the day we came home was the day that lockdown was announced. I'm pretty sure, so the 23rd. I think the 23rd was when lockdown was announced. So I think, yeah, these are some of the last moments before COVID hit in, and I've not seen any of them for a year. Like, they've all seen each other since then, but I haven't, sadly, because I have not been at uni. So yeah, that's really sad, but yeah. And I think we went to see Six the musical as well, and that was literally their last show before everything shut. So Jess, can you stop licking yourself, please? Thank you. Oh, I like this one. A photo you can't explain. Let's have a look, see if I've got any on my Finsta. Definitely this photo. I can kind of explain it, but I also don't remember it much myself. I don't know why I was lying on the hotel floor or why I was making the poses that I was, but yeah, this is a weird photo, definitely, by all accounts. The next one is a photo from the first ever time you went to summer in the city. The first summer in the city I went to was 2015, and I don't think I have those on my camera roll, but I definitely do have them on my Facebook, so I will scroll down and find you one, because that time when we went, it was with me, Anna, Sarosha, Lewis, Jazz and Soph, I think. How times have changed, but we all look so young, genuinely, and I remember it was such a big deal. Obviously now it's kind of something that I do every year. I mean, probably won't do it for the next couple of years, but generally. But I remember at the time, like, for little old me, it was just such a crazy experience, and we were literally children. It was all paid for that time as well. Like, we had a brand sponsoring us, so like they did the hotel and all of that. And I remember just feeling like so cool, and my friends at school just used to tease me relentlessly about it. But Meron asked me to show a photo from Hamburg. Oh, I literally missed that so much. That was like in the summer when there were like no cases and you could actually like visit other cities. Me and Meron went to Hamburg, and it was genuinely such a gorgeous trip. We were so lucky with the weather. We literally spent 2 days going to classical concerts, looking around, just exploring the harbour. Genuinely one of my favourite moments of 2020. Wait, 2020? Yes. Photo of me and Meron at the top of the Hamburg Philharmonic. The view was literally incredible. The building was incredible. Everything about Hamburg. I just love Hamburg so much, and I really wish that if my year abroad had gone differently, I definitely would have done a stint in Hamburg. But obviously at the moment, I'm not doing a stint anywhere, so. The next one is your favourite photo from Peru. Definitely has to be the photo of me at the top of Machu Picchu. What a frigging time to be alive. Genuinely, I was really not, still like not myself at that time, and so I again really regret that. I feel like I wasn't like entirely present for that whole trip, but genuinely standing at the top of Machu Picchu was one of the coolest, if not the coolest moment of my existence thus far. Oh, I love this one. Drunk Eve with Drunk David. I'm sure we have a lot of photos of Drunk Eve and Drunk David. Oh, I love these ones. We were absolutely hammered. Sat outside, like you can see like by the look in my eyes, like there is just nothing there, like the stare is so vacant, but we were taking photos outside Lady Margaret Hall. This was when Molly and Lizzie and Liv and Lydia all came to stay. This was such a fun night actually, like we had such a good night, well I did anyway, but my personal favourite is this one at the end of the night where you literally just cannot see like any semblance of consciousness behind my eyes. Really, really fun. Me and my first boyfriend, here's the photo. My favourite concert, I would say, I don't know. Look, I love Billy Joel, I really do, and they're definitely my favourite concerts in terms of like music, but I think one of my favourite concerts that I've ever been to was when we went to see Panic at the Disco at Alexandra Palace. That was such an awesome concert. Like, I cannot remember when it was though, and if I have any photos of it, but if not, because I don't have a photo of that, oh my god, the light! Guys, I may as well be filming at 6 PM in the evening, like, what is this? I went to see Billy Joel twice, one after my A-levels, which was good, but the one that frustrates me the most, again, is the one that I went to see him halfway through my first year exams, and so it was kind of really good because that weekend in the middle of my exams was actually great because we went to like a party, which I know I shouldn't really have done because I was doing exams, but also like I needed a break because I had a week break in between I had 6 exams back to back and then I had a week off and then I had 2 more. So anyway, so I went to see Billy Joel with my dad, and at the time I was really quite miserable.
Also, I was doubly miserable because the person I was supposed to be going with was the person in question that mugged me off, so it was just a bit of a rough time, but I'm grateful that I got to go with my dad in the end because my dad is the only man who isn't trash, basically, actually.
In general, I'm not gonna lie. And I remember we were both sat there, my dad was also struggling at the time, and we were like, isn't it just really sad that we've paid all this money to come and see him and like, there's just no serotonin, you know? But the concert itself was really great. Oh, this one makes me sad. Your favourite photo with Cordelia. Your friendship is so wholesome. I literally miss Cordelia so much. I've not seen Cordelia in so long, and she's notoriously awful at social media, so it's really hard to stay in touch with her. Like, she kind of just disappears for weeks on end. I have so many photos of Cordelia that I love, but I suppose my favourite time with Cordelia was when we were on the skiing trip. Like, we went to France, December 2019. And that was just such a wholesome trip, I'm sure. Yeah, this is my favourite photo of me and Cordelia. It makes me smile so much just looking at it. And, oh, I miss you, Cordelia, if you're watching this. And the last one is kind of bait, actually. But, like, I feel like it's a good one to end it on. And it's your biggest mistake. And it's really hard to, like, to put a photo of a mistake, do you know what I mean? Because don't want to put a person up here, and I wouldn't say that they were necessarily a mistake. Like, it was definitely a mistake ever getting involved with them. But, like, also nothing, no regrets, do you know what I mean? But also regrets. So, lol, shall I be bait and put a blurred out photo on the screen for like a millisecond? Do you know what? I might actually do that.
No, sorry, don't really have the balls to do that, and also if they see this, I just can't really deal with the aggravation. I'm pretty sure they've blocked me on everything, but it's fine.
I could give you a better photo of what I would count as one of my, I don't know if it was my biggest mistake, but it's one moment that I like, you know, like the TikTok sound is like, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. It was the day that I sent a message when I was absolutely blackout drunk. You know when you're absolutely blackout drunk and you just, things that you've been thinking but you wouldn't dare say, like, come out. That was the day that I sent the message that ended up triggering everything going a bit tits up. I think it would have gone tits up anyway, so like it's not that deep, but I remember waking up the morning after and thinking, oh my god. And I have a photo of me after seeing what I'd said, and I was like, you absolute dickhead, basically. So yeah, that is this photo, and I think that that sums up basically that whole experience very well. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like I didn't spill that much tea, and I feel like there are so many photos and videos that, you know, like they're in like my periphery, and I'm thinking like, give me 20 minutes and I probably will come up with them, but I can definitely do another one of these videos if you would like. I feel like I've just gone on and on and on, but I hope this gave you a little bit of an insight into my camera roll. If you did enjoy, give it a massive, massive thumbs up, and yeah, let me know what other videos you would like to see from me, but until then, I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye guys. Mwah.